Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, we have the farmers in Europe having a little uprising. One in Germany, another one in France, and one in Belgium. We got in the Brussels. So we're going to have three. And probably it's going to spread. If you remember, the Romanians blocked some border crossings into Ukraine. Farmers again. You had, I think, in Hungary as well. You had in Poland as well. I think you also had in Slovakia. And let me show you two articles here. And I will tell you what this looks like. Yes, it looks like an uprising. But I'm going to give you a clue. Do you remember the medieval uprisings of the peasants, serfs? You remember those? Are we in the same position but called differently, farmers? What's going on here? Let me show you. First, we're going to go to an article from Sputnik. Actually, two of them are from Sputnik. And we find out that German farmers, peasants, block road to Stuttgart with some 200 tractors on way to rally. And this is a picture from Berlin. I know this one. Okay. Report. So let's see what this. Yeah, this is. I know that. I've been here. I drove the car here. German farmers. So this is the German farmers in Stuttgart. This is from today. Today is the 30th of January 2024. This is one. We're gonna go to the next one. Again from Sputnik. It's 3 hours ago. Farmers to go on protest in Brussels same day as EU summit. All right. Now, this to me sounds like the peasants are uprising against the feudal lords. And I will explain. There were some times when you started with slavery, and then you got to kind of like a serfdom, and you got to something else that you would, they will give you a property, they will free you from serfdom or whatever. You're going to be free. You're going to have your plot of land maybe. But this is the catch. You have to come and work on the Lord's plantation or to pick up crop, to work a certain amount of days. And or give some of your production, you are supposed to give like a tax to the other Lord. So then obviously when the big Lord was saying, oh, I need you to come and pick and do this and work on my crops, you could not work on your crop. Therefore, you were not producing anything. You were working for the feudal lord in the time when it needed to be, because it had, priority, not you. You say, hey, Lord, I'm coming after I pick my shit. No, you come to me first. You work my land. And then if you have time from midnight to, 3 o'clock a.m., you can work on your land. So obviously the free peasants were losing their plots. They couldn't pay taxes in grain and whatever else in products, or even money, to the big guy over there, the king and others. The feudal lord asked you to come and work on his plantation, so you would become a serf on his plantation. How do they do it nowadays? They let you own shit. Yeah. But what do you do? Well, if I create such an environment, like you have the farmers, which are the peasants, if you create an environment that you can't pay, you can't survive, what are you going to do? You're going to sell your shit, your tractors, your land. You're going to go and work for someone else. Well, you're not going to be a farmer on your own. You're going to depend on someone else's place of employment. So you actually go over there because you cannot. And once you depend on those guys, you're going to pay taxes. You're going to be like everybody else. Just a person who works for someone else's profit. And he's going to pay you some money. So this is, again, a transfer. And who's going to buy your land? The big agro-industrial corporations. Who is the biggest private owner of, farming land in the United States of America? Isn't that Bill Gates? So he's all for it. He wants the land, and then we're going to hire whomever he wants, or he's going to have his own company, and he's going to feed us however he considers. Remember, food, water, air. Now, if you control any of these things, you are God. Air, water, or liquids, and food. These three things. The rest, you can, abstain, you can jerk off, you can do this, you can, I'm not talking about, being exposed to the elements, because they say, no, that's five, you need shelter. Yeah, you can live in the ground like they used to. They dig holes and you stay over there. In the morning you go and work. They did. You don't need too much. You shit next to your hole over there. Sex, they let you with your nasty partner, whatever you wanna. Okay. What else you need? Nothing. Friendship, they say, well, you need the relationship. That's all the relationship you're gonna have. The night that you can spend with your dirty whomever is gonna be next to you. So what does it sound to you? Again, medieval uprising? We didn't evolve at all. We're dressed better. Maybe we have more manners, but we're in the same condition. And it was a time when we had more freedom, like those farmers. There was a time that they were able to accumulate, tractors, land, and work. All that comes back. Now we say in America that, hey, we have private property. We have our houses, our property. Nobody can take them. First, do you own it? You paid it off. That's the first way to say, well, I'm going to my house. How much you still have to pay for your house? Well, about this amount. That means it's not your house. You want to find out whose house that is? Don't make a few payments, mortgage payments. And you're going to find out who is in charge. So that's not your house. You're in the process of owning something that can be taken from you. How? In two ways. One, if they need to build something over there and the government decides that they're going to compensate for that, but we're going to take it, they take it. Well, if it's mine, I don't want to sell it. For the common good, we're going to take it. If you want to build here a military airfield, they're going to do this. They're going to say, we're going to buy your house and property. And you say, nah, you can't do that. Try me, like James Brown's song, Try Me. Yeah, okay. So that's how much you own. They can take it. You can't say, no, I'm going to take it to court. They can, for the common good. The first one and the second one, as they used to do it before, they increase taxes. By increasing taxes, you can't pay. Therefore, you have to sell. What? Your plot of land that was given to you as a free farmer, peasant. The same here. If these guys, you own your house and they increase the taxes so much that you can't pay it, you have to sell it. Who buys it? Those guys over there. And what are they going to do? You're going to be, maybe if they build for you, or they're going to give it to your same house that you have, one room on rent. So you're going to depend on these feudal lords again. When you see people here depending on these feudal lords, I'm not saying that it doesn't require personal sacrifice and planning. I am all for that. But when the conditions are in such a way designed by laws, that you can't make it. You can't. I know a lot of small businessmen, families, that own a business, they barely, or two or three, they barely breathe. Why? Because there's so many taxes for the environment, for safety that, for liability that, for property that, for this, that, for all of them, those things, they're small, but they're 1,000. So it's so much goes so that they cannot, expand. They cannot expand. You need is like a bracket beyond which you become very wealthy. Now we are all under that bracket over there. You can't break through. That is, let me give an example with truck driving. I know a lot of Romanians have companies and work as truck drivers. Now I know some very hardworking people who succeeded. But it's like 12 trucks. If you don't own 12 trucks, if you own, let's say, above 12 trucks, you broke that. So let's say you have 100 trucks, then you broke that thing. But if you have only 12 trucks, that is 12 drivers, let's say, you make money, but you barely make it. Why? Even if you have 12, 20, I know that for a fact. So the same with the houses. Oh, I'm going to go and invest in properties. Okay, how many houses do you need to buy in order to get rich? How many properties? 10 houses? You know how many 10 houses is to pay for it? Make an average of a house, let's say $200,000. And you already have to have about $2 million in your hand. Where do you fucking have $2 million? How can you make that? Let's say you have it. You have 10 houses. You put in 10 houses. Let's say you put 10 families. Let's say you pay them off with their taxes, with all those things. How much do you think you make? I mean, I've been involved in these kind of things. I know the numbers. You didn't make it. You need more than 20. Who has $2 million just to go like that? You're growing. Yeah, when you're 80, you're going to have what? 12 houses. That's a lot of money, but still, you work all your life. So it's very hard. They keep us here. Yeah, we might have a little bit more than others, but still, we're not going to be there. They are the ones who, beyond that little thing, you shoot up. That's the way it is, my friends. So with the farmers here, these are peasants that are doing a medieval uprising. That's what it is. It's just different clothes, different time, different means. They come with their tractors. Before, they used to come with their forks, with their, I don't know how you call those things that you cut grass. They would come with things that their tools that they would use for work. They come right now with the tractors. Isn't it the same thing? My friends, we are in the same position, and they have the mass media that covers for them. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.